And James Eman Kwejiragri was indeed very clear in his mind. The story is told of James Eman Kwejiragri, which I'll relate to you now that I have more time than was allotted to me. And the story is one that has been told by different people in different ways, but even if I retell it in the manner which offends the original story, my point will still be made. The point is this. He said, and he remembers as a teacher, that at one time there was a poultry farmer. And he says that this poultry farmer could only keep one thing, because when you're a poultry farmer, you only keep chicken. But he remembers that at one time, some of his chicken that he was keeping strayed into the bush. And when they came back home, there was within their ranks another chick which did not look like them. It was the chick of an eagle. And one day, after a passage of time, a naturalist came to the farmer and saw the eagle in all its splendor. And he said, "This is not chicken, this is an eagle." But the farmer said, "I know. It was once an eagle, but it has been fed on chicken feed for too long. It has long lost its chickenhood. It has long lost its eaglehood. It has now acquired chickenhood." And the poultry farmer and the naturalist said, "No, once an eagle, always an eagle, no matter how long you are fed on chicken feed." And the naturalist said, the farmer said, "I want you to demonstrate." And in the evening, he put the chick on his palm and urged it to fly, but it refused to fly. And the story is told, the farmer said, "I told you. It was once an eagle. It was fed on chicken feed. It has lost its eaglehood. It is now a chicken." But then the following day, the naturalist came early in the morning, and as the sun was rising, he put the chick on the palm of his hands and urged it on, and it flew and never came back again. And he said, "I told you, once an eagle, even if you feed it on chicken feed, it will remain an eagle." And he said so animatedly, it is reported, that is who an African is. He could have been fed on chicken feed, but it has never lost its eaglehood. James Eman Kwejiragri was underlining the fact that no matter how devastated you are, you will always have that inner self. And I think the person who captured it in order to lay the basis of this as an artist is a man that we call Wole Soyinka. The many of you who are Nigerians here will remember Wole Soyinka's famous writing, "The man died, the man died, the man died, the man in you must never die," and the man includes the woman. And I'm laying this basis for us to understand that when we talk about forefathers, we must never forget individuals such as Pixley Kaisa Kaseme. We must never forget people like James Eman Kwejiragri. We must not forget people like Cheikh Anta Diop. And if we want to go into the diaspora, we must never forget individuals such as Marcus Garvey of Jamaica. And we must never forget individuals such as W.B. Du Bois. And one of the things that they underscored in those early days, before I come to the forefathers that we are much more familiar with, is that Pixley Kaisa Kaseme, in his writing and his speech, which I've already talked about, he said, in order for Africa to realize our potential amongst the Committee of Nations, there is only one thing that must define African relationship with other civilizations. He called it multi-dimensional osmosis. And what he called multi-dimensional osmosis becomes much more relevant, particularly today, when we are trading with China, when the osmosis is not multi-dimensional. And the osmotic is only in one direction, is monodirectional. And what he meant at that time is that Africans must engage with other civilizations, but that engagement must be of such a nature that it is mutually beneficial and the relationship is symbiotic. And I think that that is what we want to underscore today, even as we talk about religion and the place of religion in giving pride of place to self-governance and religious freedom as an important pillar in one of the 7 pillars of Africa Agenda 2063.